Only on 7 News, someone breaks into a Denver family's home in the middle of the night. They call 911 and police never show up.
Call 7 investigator John Ferrugia uncovering how police dispatchers dropped the ball.
They're pounding on my front door right now.
Don Fry's first call to 911 was just before 5 a.m.
My kids are screaming now. It's just really taking a while. I mean, seriously, sir, this is crazy.
I understand that, sir. They're going to get to you as quickly as they can.
So I was up on the balcony looking down at our front door watching some maniac try to break into my house, break down my front door.
Fry's neighbors were also calling 911, though he didn't know it at the time.
So he's now in the fence. He's now in their yard.
I was thinking, what's going to happen when this guy breaks down my door? Does he have a knife? Does he have a gun? He's clearly not in the right frame of mind. Am I going to be able to protect my family or not?
Is this somebody that you know? I can hear him.
No, I don't know.
When the 911 operator got the call at Denver's communications center, it was immediately sent electronically to a police dispatcher across the room.
If they break down my door, what am I supposed to do?
Just get to a safe place.
I have 3 young children.
And I'm standing there on the phone with a baseball bat, wondering what's going to happen when he gets into our house.
The 911 operator kept talking with Fry, assuring him,
And officers are coming to you as quickly as they possibly can right now.
Okay.
As someone's trying to beat in your door, and help never came.
You call 911 and nobody shows up.
That's right. It's absolutely ridiculous.
There were officers available to respond to this incident during that time that it was in the queue for the 8 minutes, yes.
And they weren't dispatched?
They were not.
Ernest Franzen is the city's operations manager for police dispatch. He didn't know about or investigate this incident that happened in November until we contacted Denver's manager of safety last month. Franzen says the first mistake was that there was a significant delay in dispatching police, and his dispatcher
Didn't relay the urgency in that somebody was trying to break into the house, no.
Because if you relayed that, you're saying they would have gotten there.
Right, and that's how we should have aired it.
back at the Fry home.
We were still on the phone with 911, telling them, okay, now the guy's left our property, he's walking north on Clayton. When are the police going to come and apprehend this guy? And the police never came.
City records show police called the Frys to check in at about 6:20 a.m., nearly an hour and a half after they called 911.
So I went down to the police department the next day, and they're like, well, our records say that everything went fine.
And he says he was given a phone number for a 911 supervisor who he says he called and got no explanation.
Well, our records say we dispatched somebody within 10 minutes. I'm like, where was that person? Where was that policeman? They never showed up.
And Denver 911's taking full responsibility for the lack of urgency that we demonstrated on this incident, and we absolutely apologize to the homeowner for the delay. Unfortunately, we put him in a very uncomfortable situation, him and his family.
So we're going to arm ourselves. And we have 3 young kids at home. Since we can't depend on the police department to protect us, we're going to have to protect ourselves.
The city now admits in this letter that Don Fry indeed contacted both District 3 police and a 911 supervisor with a complaint, and both did nothing. And it was never investigated until we began asking questions. Ernest Franzen has now apologized to Fry and says new procedures have been implemented to respond properly to such complaints. Now, if you filed a similar 911 complaint that was never investigated, let me know. I'm John Ferrugia, 7 News.
If you have a news tip for John or any of the Call 7 investigators, call 303-832-7777. Or you can contact us through email, Facebook, or Twitter.